Let me make just a couple points. Can y'all hear me? If you look right ahead of the dam, right upstream from the dam, you can see how the water is breaking. That's the old dam. And when I brought students out here in the early 1980s, a couple of them freaked me out because I was talking to some people over here, and all of a sudden they're walking across the dam with, you know, they took their shoes off over there. And I thought, my God, they're going to be swept downstream, and I'm the guy that's responsible. Well, it didn't happen, and the force of the water wasn't that great. But that was a much lesser dam than the one you're looking at here. So you can see that remnant of the dam. Then the telephone wires, if you follow them up to that bluff, you can see that there's a saddle, and that is called La Ventana, which means the window. So that's the window through which the telephone wires come from Villanueva downstream to Cerrito. And as you go upstream from this point, the canyon gets narrow, and the walls are pretty steep. And this is where you have to make some of those 7 fords, right up in here. It's rather dramatic, and it really is quite pretty. The thing that's wrong with this dam, which is Corps of Engineer, I believe, is that the intake to the ditch, which is right here, these are the gates that you lower and raise to let water into the ditch. The ditch goes underneath us in a big culvert, and the ditch actually opens up into those trees over there. The intake faces upstream. They should have designed the intake so that it's at right angles to the river, so the water can come in, but you don't have all this debris being swept up to where the water is to go in the intake. So the mayordomo has a constant chore of coming up here and getting down there in the water somehow and getting the logs and the debris out so that the water flow isn't impaired. Not a good design. Apparently they did this dam wrong, and they learned their lesson, and other dams going upstream, they put the intake facing in a right angle way. Okay, anybody any question? Are you pooped? Are ya? You want to go back? Well, okay, we'll go back. We won't make many stops going back, and we'll go straight to the church, and I'll send somebody maybe to get Tom Wines, because he wants to go in the church too. We'll say a few words outside the church, and then we'll go in the church. Okay? All right.